Welcome to another edition of Ask the AD with Weber State Athletic Director Jerry Bovee. I'm Paul Grua, and it is January. It's a new year, 2017. Happy New Year, Jerry.
I'm excited for 2017.
School is back in session, and it feels like, things are starting up again here after the holiday break. And, of course, the basketball seasons have been going on, but it's a new year and always exciting to keep things going here at Weber State.
Yeah, the holidays, we all work. Some of us get a few days off here and there to kind of catch up and whatnot, but it's hard to catch everybody here. But once we get back after the break and school gets ready to go, it's fun because all the staff kind of comes back and we get back after
ready
things.
to go. Of course, the basketball seasons have already been underway after a successful fall for Weber State. Men's and women's teams both going well so far and have just begun conference play. We'll talk about each team a little bit. We'll start with the men. Picked up a couple big wins, especially Utah State on the road, beat Utah Valley at home, and then, of course, won those Montana State-Montana road trip to win 5 in a row and really, start playing pretty well.
I think that's one thing that we've seen over the years in Randy's time here as our head coach. There'll be times where even only losing one player, a big player in Joel Bollenboy, who's really playing well, I know right now for the Jazz, but losing him caused a lot of things to change with different assignments, and I think it just took them a little bit of time to get that worked out. But once they started to work through that, they sure played well. It was a nice pre-Christmas present for Wildcat fans to get a big win in Logan after 18 years of drought there, and that's a good time for us to play. There wasn't a big crowd. The crazy students weren't going in full bore, but what a great win, and then it just kind of dovetailed into Big Sky play with a good trip to Montana. Jeremy Singland's playing amazingly well, player of the week 3 weeks in a row. I don't know if we've had that for a while.
I believe he's the first from Weber State. 3 straight there, and he's now third in career scoring. Became the Weber State three-point leader. So he's really making himself one of the best. Yeah, one of the best of all time.
So we're really proud of him and the team and the way they've gelled together, and they're playing really well.
Now, last Saturday, as we record this in mid-January, last Saturday, January 7th, Weber State went to Idaho State and had some problems, I guess. They didn't have problems. It was 13-2, but then Idaho State had some problems.
Yeah, the Holt Arena is a little bit older. I know in talking to the athletics director yesterday, they've got a polyurethane coating there that's probably a few years after the fact that should have been replaced, and they're working through that. They're also talking about building a gym up there and trying to raise funds for that. And all told, we had a lot of rain and weather that just caused some problems that couldn't be rectified.
Yeah, and then those things happen. I mean, we had a small leak for a minute here at one of our games. So we realize those things happen. Yeah. Tell the fans how that process works about rescheduling it and what that entails.
So we've just been in discussions with the conference and the 2 athletic directors, the 2 coaches, to kind of work out the best scenario. When you've got travel partners in our league with an even number of teams, you either have an even number of teams and you can travel partner it, or you have an odd team and you lone wolf it. Since we have an even number, that's our travel game. So it works out fairly well that on the week that you play your travel partner, you play one game and we can return there. I mean, there's some expenses we'll have to incur to go back up, but the game will start where it left off. There was some concern, I know, from fans about that. And it looks like we'll be in the Reed Gym.
Yes. This
could be a long-term systematic problem until the spring for them with the Holt Arena, but it's going to be fine. We'll go back up and play that on a Wednesday. That comes after a long trip to northern Colorado and North Dakota for us, so it does provide some. I mean, there's some challenges with it. You just got to play through it. I mean, this week we don't really have a game. Or last week we didn't really have a game if you work through that, and that can be problematic too. But all in all, it's part of the deal, and we're going to figure it out.
So that will be Wednesday, January 25th in Pocatello at Reed Gym. And then the following 2 days later, on a Friday night, Weber State will host Idaho State here at the D-Event Center.
Yes, so we're excited about that.
Well, Wildcat women also off to a good start, 2-1 in Big Sky play, picked up another win over Idaho State, and they're playing well too.
They are. They're coming around as a team. They're very guard heavy. Although Jocelyn had a great game, career game for her with a bit of a sore knee too. So really proud of the way they're coming together. They're fun to watch. If you haven't had a chance to see our women play, come out and watch them play. They're very up tempo, great shooters, and it's just fun to watch them scrap through. My wife comes with me and says that, now she's a basketball coach from way back, but she loves the purity of the game that comes out more so maybe in the women's game, and so it's fun. I'd invite you to come out and watch them play. Now,
both teams, of course, are preparing for the Big Sky Championship, the season underway, and looking to win that, and then preparing, of course, ultimately for the Big Sky tournaments, which will be in March in Reno again, the second year of a 3-year deal heading to Reno. We had the experience last year, which was new for everybody. I think overall it went fairly well, I think, for most people, and now we're gearing up again for another year. What would you tell fans about preparing for this trip in Reno again in March?
I think if you haven't had a chance to go and see that, talk to someone that did. And kind of the feedback we got back from those fans that did go over, they had a good time. We did a little event over there on Friday night before the championship game, or on Saturday before the championship game, and had a lot of fun with that. And all in all, it's where we're at. We're kind of in that mode now. There were some good things. There were some challenges, obviously, but anytime you change something, there's going to be that. So I would say come and give it a shot. We'll have both of our teams there. We're hoping that we can play well enough during the regular season to get buys early and play later in the week. That remains to be seen, depending on how that goes. But you can go to roadtoreno.com. and you can click the Weber State link. I think our home base is the Silver Legacy this year. We switched, everybody switched. You can click our link and get your rooms reserved and buy your tickets and do all that you need to do right there at roadtoreno.com.
Again, basketball underway, the Event Center, men's and women's basketball, several games coming up, of course, and preparing for the Big Sky Championships in Reno and the NCAA tournament, hopefully beyond that. Also, another news that came out this week was the announcement of the Hall of Fame class for 2017. Lindsay Anderson from track and field, Nolan Archibald from men's basketball, Eric Sturmo from men's tennis, Jeff Smith, a longtime women's golf coach, all inducted in the Hall of Fame, and Dutch Belknap, a two-time athletic director, receives the Reed K. Swenson Award. Tell us about how that process happens, and boy, your excitement for that. That's a great class again.
It is a great class. I had the privilege to speak with all of them. Obviously, Jeff Smith and I still talk in our own little way, but his family certainly came in, and we shared that with him. It was great to visit with them on the phone, congratulate them, let them know that they had been inducted, and excited to see them all in March. It's a process. We keep a running list over time of those that may fit the criteria. We have a committee we have Wildcat Club members on the committee. We have media members. A lot of folks, some staff, to kind of vet through all of that, and then we have a nominating process, and then ultimately we send it to the President's Council at our university to approve that, and off we go. So. We're excited about it. Hope that you'll come out on those on the Montana. It's the games with Montana.
Last home games for the men's basketball team, March 3rd and 4th, will be the weekend of the Hall of Fame. One more thing, we have 3 games on KJazz this season remaining. We already had three left. We've talked about that a little bit, about the balance between television and non-television.
Yeah, I think it's been going well. Last year we were all in, did all of the games. This year we've kind of done a smattering of games. We're going to continue to tweak that and look at that to find out what that fit is. We're also looking at some new ticketing marketing plans to move season tickets and individual game tickets. This week we're going to put out a 3-game pack that our fans can come and buy a 3-game pack for the Big Sky season. Pick your games, and it'll be the same seat for all 3 games. So it's like a mini season ticket, just to give people a chance to see what we're all about. So I'm excited about the future and continuing to move tickets in football and basketball.
Absolutely.
Basketballs.
Absolutely. So again, the basketball season is going on. You can always watch every Big Sky game, home and away, on watchbigsky.com. And of course, stats also, weberstatestats.com. Thanks for joining us, Jerry. Excited for another time of year where a lot going on. We prepare for football signing day as well coming up, so there's a lot going on.
Staff's out right now, football staff. We had 1 recruit in last week. This weekend's a big recruiting weekend for football. They'll have those prospects will come to the game on Saturday night, and we're excited. This is a good time of year. Football heavy. We just got finished with the college football season officially this week, so we're on to next season, 2017.
Ended the season nationally ranked as well. 2017 season starts September 2nd. Thanks for joining us again for another edition of Ask the AD. Follow us at weberstatesports.com and on social media as well. And go Wildcats.